Good morning. I don't know why I'm making this video. I've always stayed away from expressing my opinions on world events and politics because that's not my place. The last thing I wanted to do was to shove my political views down other people's throats, down listeners who come to my channel to listen the praises of the Lord. But yesterday, after I saw the video of Charlie Kirk being murdered, I felt like my world changed. Like a rug was swept out under my feet and a huge hole appeared in my heart. I'm shocked at myself because I have never cried and wept for somebody so long that I have never met, that I have personally never known. And yesterday when I saw the video of the bullet going through his neck, the blood gushing out, and everybody knew he was not going to make it, I realized how much of a deep impact he had on me over the few years that I've known him, and how much of an emotional space in my heart he shared, that I felt like I lost a brother. I'm not a political person. There's been a few times where I've almost shared my opinion on world events and wars. But I've always told myself, that's not your mission. Let somebody else do it. So I'm shocked at myself that I'm even creating this video. But Charlie was different. I can't think of a single person out there who would have had such a profound impact, emotional impact on me when I learned of their death. There's a lot of good people out there. And when they die, you feel grief, you feel sorrow. But to be overwhelmed like it was a family member, that's never happened to me. And I'm only beginning to piece the puzzle of why I was so affected by this loss. And I'm beginning to understand that he was not another political activist. He was a Christian that spoke up for God. He never shied away from proclaiming Jesus Christ is the Lord. And what hurts most is he was so compassionate. He always respected the opinion of his enemies, the people that came to taunt him. And the crowd was going against the speaker, was throwing slurs at them, and he would step in and say, "Be quiet. Show some respect." He wasn't out there just to create a scene, to stir up a crowd. He was out there to change people's minds respectfully. And he often spoke up for Jesus. He often spoke up about his biblical beliefs that drove him to do what he did. And it hurts my heart going into the comments and reading what people have to say about a dad, a husband, a young man my age. I'm a 90s kid who was assassinated live on television. The hate, the slurs, the bullying, the laughing. I have a lot of enemies. I have enemies in my life. People who hate me, people who have done me wrong and crossed my road. I can't think of a single name of a single person alive on this earth that I would rejoice when they died. And the Bible says, do not rejoice when your enemy falls. And it goes to show how wicked, how vile our world has become, and how we as Christians need to shine as a light. I don't have a purpose in creating this video besides to express my grief my sorrow, and to feel some kind of community, to feel some kind of solace, and knowing that I'm not the only one that is shocked, that is grieving, that is in disbelief over the hate of this world. As Jesus said, "Fear not, for they have hated me first." I don't even know what kind of call to action there is, but personally, I have felt the strong urge and conviction to speak up. Not for the left or for the right, not for Democrats or Republicans, but for Jesus. I have seen in my life many times where I have shied away. I have decided to refrain, not to speak up, because there has been a fear in my heart, a fear of backlash. And that is one thing Charlie was not afraid of, and he spoke up, and he lost his life because of it. The moment the bullet went through, the second the bullet hit him, he was talking about violence. And he was violently taken out of this world. And personally, I don't want to speak to anybody else. I don't want to tell you what to do. Personally, I feel like today I've been called to speak up for Christ, to not shy away. Seeing this fallen world, sometimes I feel like I'm the only one. And I know there is change to be done. I know there is hearts to be won. I know there is lives to be saved. And oftentimes I have not fulfilled this purpose in my life. I have not stepped up to take action. Fear or other things in life, the busyness, the pleasures of this world, obtaining and gaining and living the full life. And today I realize it's all vanity. Charlie had a full life ahead of him. He had a beautiful wife and kids. He probably had all the money he imagined. He had a lot of sponsors. He's met the president. He had open doors to the highest places in this country. And not all was lost in one day. All his dreams, all his ambitions were just lost. And today is the day for me to step back and say, and to find the path, and to search your heart and figure out what you really need to be doing in this life. Will you leave a purpose? Will you leave empty holes in people's hearts when you leave this earth? Or will nobody notice? Charlie Kirk is gone, and he has left a deep hole in my heart. And I'm wondering why. And it's because he stood up in the face of evil, in the face of hate. He stood up for the truth, like Paul did, to gain at least one person and to say that that was worth it. I'll leave you with the words of Jesus, who said in John 16:33, "These things I have spoken unto you, that in me you might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world." I want to bless everyone. I want us to unite. I want Christians today to seek their deep calling, to step into their full potential. And I'm speaking for myself first, not for anybody else. What are you doing today for Jesus? Where in your life are you speaking up for his name? Stepping in for his righteousness, for his glory, for his word. And today is the day I want to say, I have stepped up. I started living a different life. I started speaking the truth and not shying away from my calling as a Christian. And I deeply hope that this death is not in vain. And that just as it affected my heart profoundly, it will affect the heart of many other people. God bless. I have a song coming out tomorrow. It's actually on this topic. It's called Give Life. It's a very sensitive topic. I've never spoken up about this topic or sung about it. It's about giving life and not taking away life. I hope you can hear it, and it will also create a profound change in many people's hearts for God.